kids, welcome back to this week's Children's Ministry Online. Let's get into our worship dancing, our story for today, and a craft.
Over mountains high, through the valleys low, God is good. Wherever we go, from the brightest days to the darkest nights, God is good all the time. Oh, 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 God is good. Oh, oh, snow to the vast unknown, everywhere we go, God is good. Through the trials we face, He will show the way. We will stand and say that God is good. Oh, 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 God is good. Oh, 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 around. Our God is good. Nothing goes our way, and it's just not our day. Our God is good. Oh, 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 God is good. Oh, 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 over mountains high, through the valleys low, God is good. Wherever we go, from the brightest days to the darkest nights, God is good. Over mountains high, through the valleys low, God is good. Wherever we go, from the brightest days to the darkest nights, God is good all the time. Oh, 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 God is good. Oh, 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 God is good.
Psalms 41 and 2. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock, gave me a firm place to stand. He set my feet on a rock, gave me a firm place to stand. Set my feet on a rock, yeah, and here I am. I waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock and gave me a firm place to stand. He set my feet on a rock, gave me a firm place to stand. Set my feet on a rock, yeah, and here I am. Waited patiently for the Lord. He turned to me and heard my cry. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire. He set my feet on a rock, he gave me a firm place to stand. He set my feet on a rock, gave me a firm place to stand. Set my feet on the rock, yeah, and here I am, hey, hey. Here I am, here I am, here I am.
Okay, let's get into our story for today. So we're reading from the Jesus Storybook Bible, and the story for today is called Son of Laughter, which is God's special promise to Abraham from Genesis 12 through 21. Years passed, and things weren't getting any better. People were still just as cruel and mean to one another. They still got sick, and people still died. God's world was still full of tears. It was never meant to be like this, but God was getting ready to do something about it. He was going to make all the wrong things turn right, and he was going to do it through a family. Abraham, God said, how many stars are there? God was about to tell his friend a wonderful secret. Let me see, Abraham said, rolling up his sleeves. Have you ever tried counting the stars? Then you probably know how hard it is. 9,930,000. Oh, no, wait. 1, 2. Oh, of course, he kept losing count. There's just too many, he said. Well, guess what? God laughed. I will give you so many children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren that you won't be able to count them either. Abraham couldn't help giggling as much such a wonderful idea, but he stopped himself. How could he have a family? Don't be silly, God. He didn't have any children, let alone any grandchildren. He wiped away a tear. Anyway, it was far too late for him to start having babies at his age. I mean, he was 99 years old. What would God mean that he could give him a family? Abraham, God said, believe me. And then God told Abraham his secret rescue plan. Abraham, I will make your family very big, God promised, until one day your family will come to number more than even all the stars in the sky. Abraham looked up at the dark night sky, thick with stars. You will be my special family, my people, and through you, everyone on earth will be blessed. It was an incredible promise. God was going to rescue the world through Abraham's family. One of his great-grandchildren would be the child, the promised one, the rescuer. But it's too wonderful, Abraham said. How could this be true? Is anything too good to be true? God asked. Is anything too wonderful for me? So Abraham trusted what God said more than what his eyes could see, and he believed. Now, when Abraham's wife, Sarah, heard God's promise, she just laughed to herself. But it wasn't like a happy laugh, it had tears in it. She'd always wanted a baby. Could her dream really come true? Could she really have a baby when she was 90 years old? No, of course not. Don't be silly. It was far too late. Sarah didn't believe God could do what he promised. She had forgotten that when God says something, it's as good as done. Of course, it was as easy for God to give her a baby son as it was for him to make all the stars in the sky, but sure enough, 9 months later, just as God had promised, Sarah gave birth to a baby boy. They named him Isaac, which means son of laughter. And Sarah laughed, but this time it was a glorious, happy laugh. Her dream had come true. God would do as he promised. He would always look after Abraham's family, his special people. And one day, God would send another baby, a baby promised to a girl who didn't even have a husband. But this baby would bring laughter to the whole world. This baby would be everyone's dream come true. And I think we all know who that baby was. It was Jesus in Mary's tummy. But this is just such a great reminder that God does do what he promises us. And he can promise us things that we might not even think could come true, but he makes them possible. He makes all things possible. So let's get into our craft for today. I'll meet you over there. Okay, let's get into our craft for today. So we'll talk about the supplies that we will need. So I have tape and or glue. You'll only need one or the other today. I have some scissors. And then I have some stickers, stars, or just little sparkly dots. So we are going to be making the craft. We're making a craft that shows all of the stars in the sky and Abraham trying to count how many there are and not being able to count because there were just so many. So you can either draw all of these stars on, or you can cut out a bunch of stars that you've made, or you can find stickers or kind of whatever you want to use for stars. And you can just grab those and we'll use those as part of our craft. And then you're gonna need 3 pieces of paper. I just got our colored pieces. One of them actually had sparkles on it. I'm not sure if you can see it from here, but this one already has kind of some sparkle. But the black is gonna be for the dark night sky. The green is gonna be for some grass, some hilly grass that Abraham is gonna be sitting on. And then the white is for us to draw Abraham on and then cut out and put onto the grassy part. And then of course we will need our coloring pencils and crayons or markers or all that fun stuff. So you all go ahead and grab your supplies and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so now to get started. So we're gonna have our black piece of paper and we'll just kind of move that up, or you can take one of your colored pieces of paper or your regular pieces of paper and color it black. And then we'll take our green piece of paper or white piece of paper that you've colored green, and we'll just take a marker and we're just going to make just like a green hill. And we're just gonna go ahead and cut this green hill out. Just like that. And then we will set that to the side because we don't need that anymore. And then we're gonna put it up against our black piece of paper. So just like that. And as you can see, my green paper was a little bit bigger than my black piece of paper, so I'll just trim the green, and now it fits better. So now we are going to glue this green hilly part onto the black. So you can either do it with glue, you can do it with tape, whichever one you want to do, but go ahead and glue the grass onto your night sky. Okay, once you have done that, now we are going to put our stars or our glitter little dots or just whatever you could find, or you can draw them on there. We're gonna put those all around our night sky. Now, I would probably recommend saving about this much space. So maybe just put a roll of tape or something like that right here. That way you don't put any stars in this area, because this is where we're gonna draw Abraham. So you can put stars all along here for Abraham to count. So go ahead and do all of your stars in the night sky. Okay, so I'm gonna stop there. This is as many stars as I'll put on there, but you can put as many as you would like. So we'll move all of these to the side because we won't need those anymore. And now we are going to draw Abraham sitting down counting the stars. So let's just grab, maybe he'll be wearing blue. So we can draw the hill, and we're going to draw him sitting on it. Okay, and now we are going to draw a little bubble. And we are going to write 1, 2, 3, and a dot, dot, dot. So go ahead and write 1, 2, 3. Okay, once you have that, now we are going to draw a rectangle. And this is going to be the message that we write to ourselves to remind us what this craft was about. So we are going to write, God made a promise to Abraham. Okay, so now cut all these 3 out individually, and then we will glue them onto our starry night sky. Okay, so once you've cut these 3 out, we are going to put them onto our board to see how they're going to fit. So we'll have Abraham sitting on the grass kind of like that, and then this fits right there. And then we'll put this just right below here, somewhere on the grass, maybe that way we can see it. I'm gonna round out these edges, that way they're not so pokey. And so once you have placed them onto your grass or anywhere that you would like to put them, go ahead and glue them on there. All right, once you have that, you have finished your craft. We know that this was Abraham trying to count all the gazillion stars that are in the sky, and there's just so many that he couldn't even count. And that is how many children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren that God promised to Abraham. And it's just a reminder that God does things that he promises us, and even if we don't think that they're possible, everything is possible with God. Thanks for doing this craft with me, and I look forward to our next one. Thanks for watching this week's Children's Ministry Online. Remember to post the craft that you made on our Facebook page. We would love to see it. We hope that you have a great rest of your week, and we'll see you next time.